Works presentation of Houston Astros baseball. Your front row seat to the Astros and Rockets.
Utah Street, that's where Yordan Alvarez is taking aim in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Quick turnaround, and that is a good thing because the Astros lost the first game 10-3. They'll try to bounce back in the nightcap as we welcome you inside Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. We'll hear from Julia Morales in just a little while. Blummer, a tough way to start the doubleheader, but you can go away with a win and a happy flight to Boston.
Yeah, it would be nice to get that offense going, protect Lance McCullers Jr. start here tonight. It would be most excellent.
Well, we talked about Yordan Alvarez taking aim at Utah Street, and he is certainly going to be a factor you would hope in our What's on Tap presented by Lawnmower Blind.
Yeah, he's got to be in line for Player of the Month, you would think, with the numbers he's been able to put up there. And there's been moments where you feel like Yordan has been the only offense going out there and single-handedly winning ball games for the Astros, and they actually have a number for that. It's that WAR number, wins above replacement. He has the highest on the Astros by a great margin with 2 wins above replacement. He has been a one-man show in the middle of that lineup.
Ben Rice with a day off today for the Yankees, so he is done for the Player of the Month honors. Those numbers are not going to change on the left side. Yordan's numbers on the right side looking good so far for the big man.
Looking extremely good. Just a couple more points in that OPS, obviously more RBIs, but it's the fact that he is on base as consistently as it is. And if you expand these numbers, the strikeout numbers would put Yordan into that lead.
Yordan did have his hitting streak and on-base streak snapped in the first game against his former nemesis, Chris Bassett, who he's done damage against, but couldn't in Game 1. During the course of today's broadcast, we'll talk more about the big man, Yordan Alvarez. He is DHing today. We'll also talk about Lance McCullers Jr. making the start. It is the Astros, it is the Orioles, Game 3 of this 3-game set, and Game 2 of the doubleheader right around the corner. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. And by Due West Air Conditioning, an authorized Houston area Daikin dealer. We welcome you back to Oriole Park at Camden Yards, downtown Baltimore, Maryland. Beautiful afternoon for a doubleheader. The old Ernie Banks Let's Play 2 coming into play today. The Astros trying to bounce back after a 10-3 loss in Game 1, despite out-hitting the Baltimore Orioles. Why don't we give you some extra time to get ready for your Chevy Stroll Poll today? We're going to give it to you before the game even starts. Time to take a look at today's Chevy Stroll Poll. Yordan is the Astros Player of the Month. That's pretty obvious. Who comes in second place? You can go with A, Spencer Arrighetti, or B, Christian Walker. Both have had great starts to the season. Spencer over 3 starts with 3 wins. Christian Walker putting up a big first month, the best for him potentially in his career as we get you ready for baseball. Send those votes to @SpaceCityHN. Use the hashtag StroPoll. We'll have results later on today. The voting is very close so far between Spencer and Christian. It is neck and neck as we are back here for game number 2. There is the big man. There is Cam Smith getting a start today in Game 2. He had the first game off. The first game he has missed in 2026. It'll be Brandon Young on the mound for the Orioles as he takes on the Houston Astros.
Yeah, the Astros starting lineup is presented by Car Shield, and here you get a look at a little bit different look up the middle. You've got Bryce Matthews leading off and playing second base. Got the standard 2-3-4 with Alvarez, Perez, and Walker. But how about we introduce ourselves to Braden Shoemake? Big man gets a chance at shortstop, 6'3", 200-pounder out of Texas A&M. Gets an opportunity, only 5 at-bats with the Astros, but he will be playing a pivotal position behind Lance McCullers Jr.
The sun is shining on Brandon Young as he makes his 3rd start of the season. He has won both of his first 2 starts, April the 6th against the White Sox in Chicago, and then his last start against the Red Sox on April the 24th. He's kind of part of the rotation now in the place of Dean Kramer, who's been injured and on the IL with a quad injury. He's going to be out for several weeks, so Young is going to get the start today. The Astros saw Young at his very, very best last year when he started against them and went 7 2/3 perfect innings against the Astros before Ramon Arias had an infield hit. That was a game at Daikin Park.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud is going to give you that arsenal for Brandon Young. Off to a great start this season. Four-seam fastball at 33%. That split 26.5 and a slider. All those pitches 20% or higher. The average against the four-seam fastball at 143 and slider at 200. Very good for him. Averaging 94 miles an hour on his fastball this season. And you're telling me we missed out on a Dean Kramer, George Costanza matchup?
Oh, we did. We did, because Jason Alexander pitched the first game. We are underway in game 2. First pitch at 3:58 local time, 2:58 in Houston. Oh, Blummer, you don't see many doubleheaders. We mentioned it's the first Astros doubleheader since 2022. Not much time to turn around and get ready. The Astros wearing their orange tops in the first game, wearing their yellow grays here in the second game. What was your routine in between games of a doubleheader?
It depended on how many PB&Js I could slam down before that second game, because you're looking for any kind of protein, any kind of energy to get you through that second game. But at the same time, the one thing you do like is that usually if you played in that game 1, you're pretty loose for game 2. So it's a lot of hydration and make sure you get that little bit of a bump. You know, things are different nowadays. You have to go a little more of a pedestrian route with maybe a Red Bull or a Celsius. But there are ways to get through it, TK. We all had a good time back in the day.
How about Bryce Matthews leading off here in the second game, and he has been moved up in the lineup. He hit 7th for the first time in game 1, and now all the way up to the leadoff spot. But he is a strikeout victim for Brandon Young on the first batter that the Lumberton, Texas resident faces.
You get a good peek at the slider on our UTMD Anderson strike zone. That one's spinning off the outside edge for that first strikeout.
That's why that start in Houston was so impressive on many levels for Young. Not only had he gone his first 10 starts without a win, but he had not pitched in his hometown until that day. This ball sent slicing off the bat of Yordan Alvarez on August 15th of last year as a big leaguer. Those 7 2/3 perfect innings against the Astros. It was the longest perfect game bid by an Orioles starter since Mike Mussina back in 1998. Yordan had his 22-game on-base streak snapped, had his 13-game hitting streak snapped, as he went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. And now some of those numbers, OPS, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, very close with Ben Rice's numbers. Yordan takes a pitch for a ball. It's 2-1.
Hard to believe it's still April, huh?
Right?
Man.
One more game in April. The Astros come in with a record of 11-20 after losing that first game of the doubleheader. Orioles have evened up their season number at 15 wins against 15 losses. So Yordan has a count of 3-1. Yordan DH'd in game 2 after playing left field in game 1. Hits this one slowly, but it could be his first hit of the doubleheader, and it will be. No throw from Weston Wilson, the third baseman. Yordan just cues one to third for an infield hit. He'll take that.
We all will. Absolutely, because that's going to help that Player of the Month cause. Keep that average going up for Yordan Alvarez. Off speed. That was that splitter just kind of chopped towards that third base side. Yordan hustles it out.
Not quite a Baltimore chop, but it served the same purpose in this city. Here's Isaac Paredes.
Well played.
There's a strike called, 0-1. 2, 3, 4 in the lineup, the same as the first game. Alvarez, Paredes, and Walker, but a lot of different faces in different places. We mentioned Bryce leading off, also Dustin Harris hitting 5th. Paredes had a good first game with 3 consecutive hits. He ended up going 3 for 4 before he was lifted from the game. Didn't get his final at bat as Shea Wickham flied out to center to end the game. Counts 1-1, and there's a strike. It's 1-2. Brandon was recalled from Norfolk the second time this year. That was on April 23rd to make that start against the Red Sox the next day. Went 5 2/3 innings, allowed 3 runs in his second start after 5 shutout innings against the White Sox in his first start. And now Isaac has another hit. That's his 4th hit of the doubleheader. Isaac just punching one into right field, putting runners on first and second.
He is just blowing up every scouting report against him right now with this doubleheader. A couple of hits up the middle and then a couple of hits going the other way. But how about that four-seamer way off that outside corner? He just flips it into right field.
So the Astros, who have out-hit the Orioles in the first two games of the series, despite losing 5-3 and 10-3, with a couple of hits here in the first. Christian Walker taking a strike. It's 0-1.
That's one thing that's been consistent throughout this first month of the season. The Astros hitters will go out there and get those hits.
Walker does have a career home run against Young. This one cued towards second, hit softly, trying to make the tag, and not making the tag is Jeremiah Jackson. So the Astros will have two runners in scoring position as Walker grounds out for the second out. Paredes avoided the tag to get to second base.
Here's that opportunity for Harris. Runners at second and third, two outs. Esau, good job hustling past Jackson.
Well, Dustin Harris, as Blummer said, getting an opportunity here. 2 on, 2 outs as he fouls the first pitch back. Dustin had 2 hits in the first game and has 3 hits in the series. Had a triple to end game 1 in the series on Tuesday. And he had a couple of singles here in game 1 today, in game 2 of the series. Falling behind here, 0-2. Yiner, Diaz, Cam Smith, and Christian Walker, the only 3 in the lineup today with career bats against Brandon Young. Harris staying alive at 0-2. Dustin Harris getting a chance to play on a regular basis. Played in right field the first game. He's been mostly in left field for the Astros. Now 3 for 20 in an Astros uniform. Started his season with the White Sox, picked up by the Astros, and now getting a chance to play with injuries to Jake Myers, Joey Loperfido, Taylor Trammell. There's a challenge from Samuel Basayo in the first inning. He thinks the inning's over.
The catcher is challenged and called ball.
Stu Sherwater, the home plate umpire, called it a ball. ABS powered by T-Mobile is going to confirm the call by.
The pitch is a ball. Baltimore has 1 challenge remaining.
Confirms the call by Sherwater. Now the Orioles down to 1 challenge at the top of the first inning. Wanted to get that edge for his pitcher. Instead, it's a 1-2 count.
Man, that is a risk early in the game, right?
And Harris punches one into right, and that is going to be down for a hit. 2 runs are going to score. Dustin Harris drives in his second and third runs as an Astro, and Houston out in front in game 2, 2-0.
This has been an awakening today for Dustin Harris, tripling in the first game of this series, but now he's really broken out. That seal, or that lid, is off the jar of Dustin Harris. Nice to see the Astros capitalize and get 2 runs here in the first inning. That was a splitter down that he just scooped into right field. Mattress from Supermo shows you that ball eating up Tyler O'Neill.
Now Yiner Diaz bidding for a hit. That's under the glove of Jeremiah Jackson. Harris is going to get to third. He'll be held up there. But a base hit for Yiner as he has back-to-back hits. Ended his first game with an RBI base hit. We've seen Jeremiah Jackson catch everything, and that's the first one he missed, but that was a tough play.
That was a tough play. When you think Yiner, you think he's a catcher, but he still runs pretty well. Jackson would have had to have made a good play on that, just didn't stay down to make the play.
Now runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Cam Smith, who did not play in game 1. It was the first game he has missed all year. He had not started every game, but he had played in every game before the opener. Now bats with 2 on and 2 outs. It is ruled a hit for Yiner, so 4 hits in the first inning for the Astros against the guy who had them perfect game for 7 2/3 last August 15th. He did face them again on August 21st here in Baltimore. and gave up a career high in runs 7 and a career high in hits 9 over 5 1/3. Cam sends this one to center, sending Taveras back, all the way back, looking up, gone into the bleachers. A 3-run shot for Cam Smith, and the Astros have leapt in front of this game 5-0.
Cam providing some power. 2 out RBIs for the Houston Astros, and wham, bam, thank you, Cam.
A challenge on a 2-strike pitch that did not go the Orioles' way, and since then the Astros have scored 5 runs.
Wow, hanging slider, middle down, and 108.1 off the bat. 414-foot shot for Cam at Camden Yards.
Maybe sitting out his first game, paying off dividends right away. Cam now up to 4 home runs and 15 RBIs with that shot to center. Taveras gave it a look, but he stopped going to the wall pretty early because he knew that ball was well out. Now Daniel Johnson Jr. the batter.
Oh, that is beautiful. Stay through that. Cam leaning back. Great shot of it on our mattress from Supermo.
Daniel Johnson will send this one into right center field for a base hit. He'll make a big turn and hold up, as getting to it quickly was Taveras. But Daniel Johnson with the 4th consecutive Astros hit and 6 hits of the last 7 batters. This offense coming alive early. Drew French, the pitching coach, out there for a 1st inning visit with his starter Brandon Young. Young had 2 outs, runners on 1st and 3rd, and a 2-strike count to Dustin Harris, who took a close pitch, close enough that Basayo challenged it. It was confirmed as a ball. Then Harris had a 2 RBI hit, Yiner had a base hit, and Cam Smith with a 3-run home run. Now another single by Daniel Johnson, and it's 5-0. Now a word from Reliant.
Reliant, official energy provider of the Houston Astros.
Braden Shoemake the batters. The Astros will bat around here in the inning. Bryce Matthews, who struck out to start the inning, is on deck. Shoemake making his 24th major league start. His 2nd with the Astros. He is 1 for 5 so far, including a home run on the 2nd pitch he saw in an Astros uniform at Dyken Park. Shoemake, who can play all the infield positions, made his first career Astros start at second base, starting today in Game 2 of the doubleheader at shortstop for Carlos Correa. Both Correa and Altuve with the game off in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Now a 2-1 count as Shoemake misses that fastball. There's Carlos. Played a lot of shortstop for the Astros since the injury to Jeremy Pena and the injury to Nick Allen. There's a pickoff attempt at first, and just getting back is Daniel Johnson. Brandon Young had given up 3 earned runs in his first 2 starts combined, has given up 5 here in the 1st inning. That one misses in. It's 3-1. Shoemake skies one into center field, playable for Leody Taveras, and he will put it away for the final out of the inning. But 9 men to the plate for the Astros, scoring 5 runs. The big swing from that guy, Cam Smith, playing the 2nd game of the doubleheader.
Orioles lineup right here. Gunnar Henderson at the top of the lineup again, followed by Taylor Ward. But Dylan Beavers makes it into that 3 spot as they have a little bit of a shuffle in that lineup. Selfishly, I just wanted to highlight him because he's an ex-Golden Bear.
There you see the rest of the Orioles lineup facing Lance McCullers Jr. today in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Lance will make his 6th start of the year. He is the 2nd Astros pitcher with 6 starts alongside Mike Burrows. And the first one missing wide to Gunnar Henderson. Lance went 5 innings his last 2 starts against the Yankees and the Cardinals. Has been staked to a 5-0 lead today and has missed on the first 2 pitches here to Gunnar Henderson. It's 2-0. Henderson was the DH in game 1 and the leadoff hitter, went 1 for 5. There's a strike. It's 2-1. There you see the numbers on Lance on the season. A lot of those numbers have been driven by early trouble for Lance. He's trying to figure some things out here in the first inning. It's been a little bit of a difficult process here his last 4 starts, as the leadoff hitter and the second hitter have all been on each of his last 4 starts. Trying to mix up his pregame routine to get things right here for a first inning of work against the Orioles. And he gets a strikeout to start this one, getting Gunnar Henderson after falling behind 2-0 on the next 3 pitches. That's a good way to start for Lance.
That's a great way to start. Getting to that curveball for the swing and miss over the top. The sequencing sets this up, going sinker, cutter, the changeup, and then eventually getting to that 2-strike count and being able to use that curveball in a wipeout spot.
Now Taylor Ward takes a pitch off the plate. Ward was in left field for game 1, now DHing in game 2. Goes after the sinker and fouls it away. It's 1-1. Lance faced the Orioles last year. The last time he faced them was here in Baltimore, August 22nd. This ball hit to right. Cam, coming off that 3-run home run, makes a play in right for out number 2. How about the Astros starting defense presented by Xfinity? Yainer Diaz catching game 2 of this doubleheader after DHing in game 1. The infield has a little different look in the middle of the diamond. Similar on the corners, but in the middle was Bryce Matthews getting a start at second base for the first time this year, along with Braden Shoemake. In the outfield, Dustin Harris in left, Daniel Johnson Jr. in center, Cam in right. Lance is going to have himself a 1-2-3 start to this one, as Braden Shoemake is called off by DJ and Daniel Johnson puts it away. Lance throwing strikes, getting 3 outs, and the Astros lead 5-0 after 1.
Get Up and Play is presented by Toyota. Looking back at some of the best for the Astros in April. How about the best win? Happened on the first road trip of the year in Sacramento, April 4th. They scored 11 runs on 18 hits. Everyone in on the action that day. 4 different Astros had 3 hits. It was an 11-0 shutout. The A's offense showing what they could do early this season today.
Yeah, that was a fun day in Sacramento as the Astros shut down the A's that day. Tatsuya Imai picked up his first win in an Astros uniform as we head to the second inning with the Astros leading 5-0. Bryce Matthews leading off for the second straight inning, struck out his first time up. Astros scoring 5 runs on 6 hits in inning number 1 against Brandon Young. Now Bryce sends one to center field, sending Leody Taveras back, but he has room in front of the warning track, puts it away. Bryce flies out to center for the first out. Rally started last inning when Yordan Alvarez chopped one the other way down the third base side for an infield hit. Yordan would come in to score his team leading 23rd run of the season on the 2-out RBI hit by Dustin Harris. Yordan smashes one deep to center field. He is going to win Player of the Month as he ices it right there with home run number 12. Yordan continues to punish baseballs here in Baltimore.
I'm not sure what that baseball did to deserve that, but it got punished. Air Yordan, we have liftoff. 424-foot shot to center field. Maybe taking a little bit of that first game out on that baseball. Wow.
What kind of bizarro world are we living in when Chris Bassett's sitting in the clubhouse dominating Yordan in game 1?
Yep.
And Yordan comes out and smashes 2 here. Actually, the first hit wasn't a smash, but smashes 1 here against Brandon Young. Because Bassett had been just getting pummeled by Jordan through his career, but shut him down in game 1.
That's actually being polite.
That was Jordan's longest home run of the season.
Really?
That's what I just heard from the truck.
Huh. I mean, the average home run distance on his home runs is greater than everybody else, but I mean, it's just a pedestrian 424.
Jordan enjoying game 2 a lot more than game 1 as he and Correa have a little chat. Here's Isaac Paredes with an 0-2 count. And also bizarro world that Isaac is using the middle of the diamond, the right side of the diamond.
Yeah, it almost feels like the earth is off axis.
Jordan still the only Astro to not only have played in every game, but started every game this year. Isaac now pulls one, but right there is the third baseman, Weston Wilson, for out number 2.
Go back to that swing from Jordan Alvarez for your pleasure. Man. It almost looked like he muscled that one out of here. That was a fastball at 93, but it left at 107.4.
Some loud contact the first 2 innings. Cam Smith and that guy.
Definitely doesn't look like a guy that just hit a home run.
No.
He's kind of bored with himself. Probably can't believe April's still going.
I mean, we showed you the numbers in our little chat before the game, and they were pretty close. Ben Rice has had a great month.
Yeah.
In a lot of other months, Ben Rice might win Player of the Month, but this guy's numbers just dominant.
He's only trailing by a little bit in the runs scored. He scored 2 in this game so far.
He just tied Aaron Judge and Taka Murakami in home runs. Oh, now he's chilling.
Cool guy.
Now he's.
Now don't forget that endorsement. Yeah.
He has been so good. In an otherwise tough month for the Astros, he has been a shining star. So is this guy at the plate. Christian Walker coming in with a 924 OPS into this game in the doubleheader. He is 7 home runs and 23 RBIs, which would lead some teams, but not the Astros, with the guy hitting a couple of spots in front of him. He hooks this one foul.
Yeah, 7 home run months are pretty good. Get overshadowed by the guy with 12.
Christian went 0 for 4 in the first game. Rounded out his first time up here in game 2. Now he sends one into left center field, and Dylan Beavers is going to make a running catch, jumping on the warning track for the final out of the inning. Tagged pretty well by Walker, but allowed out to end the inning. Jordan makes it 6-0 as the Astros out to a big early lead. Six-0 lead for Lance McCullers Jr. Lance said he wanted to get off to better starts, and he certainly did in the first inning as he delivers a pitch to Pete Alonso to start the bottom half of the second, and that is a called strike. Lance with a 1-2-3 first, getting Gunnar Henderson, Taylor Ward, and Dylan Beavers in order. Has only thrown 10 pitches, 9 in the first inning, and now 2 to Pete Alonso. Working with a big lead. He had a milestone innings pitched that he crossed over in the first inning with that 1-2-3 inning. He's now at 803 innings in his career. He became the 25th Astros pitcher to reach 800 career innings with that second out in the first. Taylor Ward flying out to right. Got Lance to an even 800 number. The first to do so since Framber Valdez crossed over that 800 inning plateau. This ball skied in the air down the right field side, and that'll be out of play, even though Cam is disappearing, giving that a look. Lonzo back at first base and both ends of the doubleheader. He was on base twice with a walk in the first game and scored both times. Astros walked 7 in game number 1. And 5 of those 7 walks would come around the score. Two pitches down. It's 3-2 to Alonso. First time Lance has faced off against Pete Alonso in a regular season game as he sends one to center field. Playable for Daniel Johnson Jr. and there's one away in the inning. You mentioned Lance in the first start went very well against the Red Sox. 7 innings of 1-run baseball in that start. He had a 1-2-3 inning to start that game against Boston. But since then, starts that have gone no deeper than 5 innings. He did struggle in the first inning, giving up a total of 7 runs in those 4 starts, 5 of them earned. But today he starts out with a 1-2-3 inning, and hopefully it's a good harbinger of things to come, similar to that start against Boston at the end of March.
It's always a nice thing when you're sitting there getting ready to make your start on the road and your offense gives you an early lead. That 5-run first inning from his 5-run first inning from his offense. So you can just go ahead and start to fill up the zone, because if you watch that game 1, you knew that this Baltimore team was going to be very selective. So you can just go ahead and attack that zone and force them into swing situations. But getting ahead in the count's a big key for Lance. He's got plenty of pitches to put you away with.
And you have to think that that went into part of the game planning, watching how selective they were against Peter Lambert.
Yeah, Lambert coming into that start was a swing and miss monster. But the Baltimore Orioles kind of forced him in the zone by not getting outside that zone. There you go.
That's the second strikeout for Lance, getting Samuel Basayo here for out number 2.
He's got Old Faithful working for him for the 2 strikeouts. 2 strikeouts in this game, both on that curveball down and into left-handed hitters.
That's vintage Lance.
That is beautiful.
Now Tyler O'Neill, the batter. O'Neill takes a called strike, 0-1. O'Neill getting the start in right field in game 2. Orioles going with the 4 players off their bench that did not start in game 1 are starting in game 2. Weston Wilson's in the lineup, Leody Taveras is in the lineup, O'Neill's in the lineup, and Basayo's in the lineup. All 4 of those guys did not start game 1. Adley Rutschman a day off for game 2, or a game off I should say. Colton Cowser, Kobe Mayo, and Blaze Alexander all started game 1, not starting game 2. Didn't miss by much. 2-1 the count, 3-1 the count to O'Neill. That'll be just off the plate, ball 4. Orioles have their first base runner via a walk.
Experience pickleball night at Dyken Park on Monday, May 11th. Get your group ticket package now to secure an Astros pickleball paddle by visiting astros.com/pickleball. My bad. Still working on that.
It's a doubleheader, bro.
No, I know. And I know they don't test in the booth, but I've really let everybody down.
Quick turnaround. There's no time to eat. There's no time to.
Oh, man.
You're barely able to get your lineups in there.
Well, Camden Yards is all over it here. Doing us a huge favor by getting the media dining out at game time.
That one's going to get away. Almost hit the batter Taveras, but that's a wild pitch to the backstop. That'll allow O'Neill to get to second base. They didn't have the media dining timed out very well. It was a 3:55 serving time for a 3:55 first pitch.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. The count's 1-1 to Leody Taveras. Lance has struck out Taveras 4 times in their 7 head-to-head meetings. As he gets him to wave at that pitch down and in, it's 1-2. Harris, a lot of years with the Rangers, last season with the Mariners, now with the Baltimore Orioles for the first time. And it's 2-2. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Astros. Only 2 at-bats in. Astros ended up with 12 hits in game 1, so they have had their share of hits here. 19 hits in the first 11 innings of this doubleheader. And like Blummer said, it just frees up a starting pitcher to try and attack the zone here. Lance trying to get through the second inning with that 6-run lead. Off the plate, 3-2. Got him. Called third strike. He put that sweeper on the outside edge as Leody Taveras was frozen as Lance gets through the second inning, leading 6-0.
The player to watch is presented by Jack in the Box. And how about our 7, 8, 9 hitters this series? Hitting .481, 1296 is the OPS, racking up 13 hits, 8 RBIs, and scoring 4 runs. That is with them going 0 for 6 in that first game of this series, so doing some damage here today on this double dip.
This ball sent in the air to right field, playable for Tyler O'Neill. He puts it away. Dustin Harris, who had a 2 RBI base hit his first time up, flies to right here. 1 pitch and 1 out in the third. There's Yiner, who singled and scored his first time up. Yiner continues to hit well here lately. He's got that average up to .239 on the season. Yiner continues to hit well against the Orioles. Lifetime over 300 against Baltimore. He taps this one towards third on 2 big hops. Weston Wilson is there. And that's 2 quick outs for Brandon Young here in the third. Mentioned Young is from Lumberton, about 100 miles outside of Houston. Ended up going to Louisiana Lafayette after graduating from Lumberton High School. Up and in. Cam Smith, after the 3-run home run, looks at a fastball right by his shoulder or neck area.
Yeah, you can see Basayo set up well inside, but this one running up and in puts Cam on his backside. Hit a rather sizable tank in that first at bat on a slider.
Now pitched below the zone. Basayo thought about a challenge, but they've already lost 1, and we're only in the third inning. 2-0 the count to Cam. Cam hitting one .414. This one does not go .414 as he checks his swing. And Pete Alonso makes the play. Best inning of the day for Brandon Young. A quick 1-2-3 third. Astros still lead 6-0.
Best in Texas power pitcher is driven by 4. Lance McCullers Jr. posted one of the best starts of the season in his first appearance of the season. It was a strong 7 innings of work here. You see the 1 earned, allowed with 9 strikeouts against the Red Sox. He was very prepared coming into it. He said just felt good about the game plan, was in the zone. He's actually pitching to contact, so the 9 strikeouts were a little surprising for him afterwards, but he was very happy with that boost. What a boost it was for him to start his season today.
Yeah, that was great. It was fun to watch. And 7 innings, matching the longest for the Astros this season. Spencer Arrighetti also getting to 7 innings in that brilliant start against the Yankees. Lance back out there for inning number 3 as he gets a ground ball towards the middle. Braden Shoemake showing good range to his left, picking up that short hop and making the play on Weston Wilson for out number 1. Nice play.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud is going to show you that usage in the first start against the Red Sox. You can see using that sweeper 4.2% of the time. If you go to the rest of the season, he's jumped that sweeper to 18.2%. Become a viable pitch. He's using it twice as much to right-handed hitters as he is to left-handed hitters. And coming into this game, he had 5 strikeouts with 3 different pitches. Sinker had 5, sweeper had 5, and so did the changeup.
This ball on the ground, 1 hopper for Isaac Paredes. He'll make the throw across. First time through the lineup, Lance is not allowed to hit. The only base runner will walk to Tyler O'Neill. He's got 2 quick outs here in the 3rd.
He's been doing a good job, like Julio said, pitching to contact, getting a lot of ground ball outs. Coming into this game with a 47% ground ball rate.
And when things are going well for Lance, the ball is usually on the ground. So he gets a couple of ground outs here to start the 3rd. Gunnar Henderson taking a strike. Henderson struck out swinging his first time up. Pitch down for a ball. It's 1-1. A little half swing, and Lance is going to make the play himself. How about this inning? Ground ball to short, ground ball to 3rd, ground ball to the mound. Lance McCullers Jr. rolling with a 6-0 lead through 3.
Every Tuesday night is Dollar Dog Night, presented by Texas Chili Company at Dyken Park. Enjoy $1 hot dogs all game long, every Tuesday night game throughout the season. Visit astros.com/dollardogs to get your Dollar Dog Night tickets today. I had to keep looking up, TK, to make sure I wasn't going to get hit.
What?
Between your eating. Well, I'm just in a dangerous spot down here, so it's hard to keep my eyes on the read.
How would you rank the danger here compared to Cleveland?
Similar.
Really?
Wow.
That's scary.
It is scary.
Well, I'm down here.
You've got netting
and there's
here.
an opening.
Oh, yeah. But you could duck.
So I just have to keep an eye on what's going on right in front of me.
Oh, I get it. So you don't memorize the reads. But
memorize?
I'm kidding. In between games, I asked Plummer what his routine was. Your routine, Julie, involves both game 1 wrapped interviews and then getting ready for game 2. You're getting lineups. Like, how's your routine?
No, I didn't even get a scorecard. I have no scorecard.
What?
So if someone's coming down, make sure to bring me one. I'm over here taking old school notes.
Yeah, I'll take the stairs.
We need to run a scorecard to Julia.
I had to take the stairs. The
You got
elevator
to take
took
the
too long.
stairs?
It stressed me out.
Hold on. Time out.
I got to take the stairs.
How did you get to take the stairs?
Do you have the golden ticket?
You did.
I was panicked because Joe Espada spoke after game 1, which he didn't know he was supposed to speak. And then I realized this is his first doubleheader he's managed.
Oh, man, that's right.
Forgot about that.
He didn't know the protocols. So he spoke, Peter Lambert spoke, and by that point, it was time to get ready and head back out.
And in the Orioles clubhouse, Jose Espada spoke to their media. So it was a full Espada day of media sessions.
I'm still floored that she got to take the stairs.
All right.
Stuck on the stairs. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
I know.
You have to be special to take the stairs.
Yeah, that's like the yellow brick road. That's hallowed ground.
So you don't have a scorecard?
No.
We need help
well,
with.
the lineup didn't come out quick enough for them to print.
We're putting out an APB for all crew members listening in Baltimore.
I got to email one down there.
We've got to get Julia a scorecard somehow.
Down here with scratch paper.
Because you're literally, that's your notepad. We talked about
yeah.
during the scoring of the game. That's your notepad for your questions for postgame.
I am using scratch paper right now.
All right.
Keep notes.
Oh,
There's a lot of
boy.
notes already, TK.
Please help Julia.
Yeah. It's a tough game not to have a scorecard with the Astros scoring 6 in the first 2 innings.
Bryce Matthews batting already for the 3rd time as he has struck out and flied out to center field. He's got an 0-2 count here. Daniel Johnson Jr. walked to start the inning. He's been on base twice. Former Oriole a single and now a walk. Bryce batting leadoff. Watches one go wide. It's 1-2. Brandon Young allowing 5 first-inning runs, all with 2 outs, and gave up a 1-out bomb to Yordan Alvarez, who's on deck for the 6th run of the game. Bryce grounds this one, stays fair. They go to second, and it's bobbled. It's not handled at all. In fact, it's through Jeremiah Jackson. So a guy who had made great plays in the first 2 games of the series does not handle that throw by Weston Wilson on what should have been a fielder's choice. Astros have runners on the corners.
That was a great play by Wilson to his right, just to get that back to second base, knowing he had no chance on Bryce running across the diamond. Went to second base, and Jackson, maybe trying to be quick and make the turn, never made sure of the first out.
Yeah, I don't think he had any chance to get Bryce.
No.
So he needed to secure that out and did not. So they're going to give Bryce a base hit on that ball. And here's Yordan Alvarez with a pitch down. Well, Bryce ends up with his 3rd hit of the doubleheader and hit number 6 in the series. Bryce having himself a huge series here against the Orioles. Oh no, they just flipped it to an error.
Well, could you give him a hit and an error on the throw, letting the runner get to third?
Oh, that's true. But they still only have 7 hits on the board. Wait, let's see. They had 6 hits in the first inning, right?
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then 1 in the second, so they did give that an error.
Okay, that should have been an error.
Yes.
Fielder's choice and an error on the second baseman, you would think, although the throw did kind of pull him off.
Yeah, it's an error on the second baseman.
Okay, that's a play that Jackson needs to make. Like you said, he wasn't going to, he just needed to secure the out.
Yeah, you're not getting that out at first base, so make sure you get at least 1, especially with the big man coming up.
And now the big man has a 3-0 count. Will Brandon Young give him a cookie, or will he pitch around him to load the bases for Isak? That's a pitch around as Yordan draws yet another walk. 21st walk of the season. That does not count as an intentional walk, but it kind of had the same vibe. Now Isak bats with the bases loaded. Isak has had a good doubleheader, 4 hits in 6 at bats for Paredes, and Drew French out there to have another word with Young. He's been out there twice now, the pitching coach for the Orioles. It's been a frustrating series for the Astros. We mentioned them out hitting Baltimore both games, but losing the first 2 games of the series. This would be a huge way to head to Boston if they could put up a big number here against the Orioles and pick up a W to end this 3-game series. There you see the 2 guys in the middle of the diamond generally with the day off, Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa, and they're joined by
another guy,
Jeremy Pena. That's the middle of your diamond, Blummer.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong contingent. Having a good time watching the Astros put up some runs while they get to chill out, let their legs relax.
It's an HEB commercial, isn't it?
It could be, and probably is.
Now bases loaded for Isak. Takes a pitch up, ball 1. Isak lined out his last time. Singleton scored his first time. Trying to extend the 6-0 lead here in the 4th inning. And that one just misses. He's not going to expand the zone. That's 6 straight misses for Brandon Young. It's 2-0. Paredes' 3rd plate appearance this season with the bases loaded.
Whoa. Isak took a nice big swing of that fastball.
I like that swing.
Yeah.
Isak has 2 career grand slams, 1 with the Tigers in 2020 and 1 with Tampa Bay in 2023. Try to hold up, appeal, no swing, says Junior Valentine, and the count is 3-1 on Paredes. So saw the swing on 2-0. See if he gets another pitch here.
Yeah, that swing 2-0, he was not trying to go the other way. And I don't blame him. Got a big lead, take a big swing, add on.
He sends this one to right. Tyler O'Neill with a long run, still running. It's going to bounce over his head and off the wall. One run's going to score. Everybody else had to hold up just in case O'Neill caught it. So that'll be a single. Isaac Paredes drives in a run, and the Astros now lead 7-0.
It's actually a long way for O'Neill to run because everybody playing, at least by the scouting report, should be playing Isaac Paredes to pull. But here he's showing some opposite field power, short hopping that wall in right field.
Who is this guy?
I don't know, but he's getting a lot of hits. He's raised his average about 35, 40 points.
Isaac, who rarely uses right field, especially on deep fly balls, hit that one off the wall on one hop. And now Christian Walker bats with the bases loaded, and he goes too far on that check swing. It's 0-1. Seven nothing Astros. Bases remain loaded with one out. Walker looking for his first hit of the doubleheader. Has a 1-1 count here. Bryce Matthews on third, Yordan Alvarez on second, and Isaac Paredes on first. That ball into right field will be down for a hit. In to score Matthews, being held up Yordan. And now it's an 8-0 Astros lead. Christian Walker drives in his 24th on the year.
Astros with the conga line going here, station to station. Good piece of hitting on a fastball. Right down the middle, just inside out. Shoot it the other way and pick yourself up with steak. Astros continue to spread the wealth throughout this lineup.
Now a guy who had a 2-out, 2 RBI base hit his first time up, Dustin Harris. He sends one to center, deep enough to score Yordan. Yordan can trot home. Isaac Paredes will even tag and head to third. So the Astros now lead 9-0 on the Dustin Harris sac fly. He has 3 RBIs, and the Astros continue to pile it on.
Take advantage of those opportunities, pad those numbers a little bit. Good at bat from Harris. Deep drive to sacrifice in Yordan.
9-0 in the 4th inning. The Astros, who last year put the biggest numbers against Brandon Young in his career with 9 hits and 7 runs, have now outdone themselves today, as he has now allowed a career high 9 runs. And the hits column is also tied at career highs. The Astros not only have matched but surpassed what they did against Young last year. So he had the perfect game for them through 7 2/3 on August 15th. They have really gotten to him his last 2 starts. That one's fouled back, and it's 0-2 on Yiner. Orioles have a series coming up with the Yankees, so they've been reluctant to go to their bullpen early, but they may not have any choices as they do get bullpen action going now. That's Cam Foster, the Astros Youth Academy product, as Yiner hooks one foul past Paredes on the third base line.
Not a 4-game set in New York, don't they? I think it's a 4-game series too.
I think you're right.
They see everybody in that rotation.
Well, they have a wraparound weekend series. Yiner delivers with a knock to left field. Astros in double figures here in the 4th inning. It is 10-0 Houston. Yiner Diaz with another base hit and an RBI as the Astros continue to score runs here by the bunches.
This lineup unleashing the fury right now against Brandon Young. Any mistake left up out over the plate is getting hit around today. Yiner got himself a hanging slider and smashed it.
Last 4 hitters with an RBI, and now a guy who has 3 runs batted in on a home run. And he goes after the first fastball and misses. 0-1. Second inning today where the Astros have sent 9 men to the plate. It did so in the first, and now Cam is the 9th batter here in the 4th. Foul tip, didn't mean to go after that one. It's 0-2. 10 runs on 10 hits. Astros have all the runs and all the hits in this game. Most runs the Astros have scored in any game this year is 11. We showed you one of those games earlier with the Astros' best win of the season, that 11-0 win in Sacramento. Pretty good take on a close 0-2 pitch. And it's a challenge by Basayo.
Catcher's challenge is called ball.
Challenge powered by T-Mobile. They missed one earlier. They're going to get this one. Basayo gets the strikeout for his pitcher, Brandon Young, to get out of the fourth inning. So the Astros score 4 more. It's now 10-0 Astros. Here we go, bottom of the fourth inning. Astros out in front 10-0 on the Orioles. Lance will face the lineup for the second time. Taylor Ward, Dylan Beavers, Pete Alonso here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Lance, 39 pitches through 3, delivers a strike here. He's had a 9-pitch inning and a 7-pitch inning last inning for McCullers. Ward 3 for 10 in his career against Lance with a home run. Takes the pitch for a ball, 1-1. Mentioned McCullers making start number 6 on the season. Last 2 starts came at home. This is his 3rd road start of the year. As he gets a swinging strike from Taylor Ward. Count evens up at 2 apiece. That one wide. It's a full count. So far, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 3 groundouts last inning for Lance. Did so on 7 pitches. This one wide, and that'll be an initial walk here to start the 4th for the Orioles. Second walk allowed by McCullers. Join the official Kids Club with the Houston Astros and sign up for the Astros Buddies Club presented by HEB today. Buddies Club members receive a drawstring bag, widget hat, widget charms, socks, lanyard, and 4 tickets to an Astros game. Visit astros.com/buddies to sign up today. Dylan Beavers, the batter. Ward has now walked in 9 straight games. His previous career high was 6. Walked twice in game 1 and now draws a walk here in game 2. Beavers flied out to center his first time up and now takes a pitch a little bit below the zone, 2-0. Lance knows what's the situation here. Astros taking him to a huge lead of 10 runs here in the 4th inning. Gets a swinging strike from Beavers here, 2-1. Getting 10 runs on Brandon Young. 8 of them earned here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Actually 7 of them earned of his 8 of his 10 he's allowed. Got sliced the other way, 2-2. Last time the Astros put 10 runs on an opposing pitcher was German Marquez back in the pandemic season of 2020. That one's wide. It's 3-2. Got him. Beavers down on strikes. Lance now with 4 strikeouts, 1 away in the 4th.
Good sweeper from Lance. Good location on that pitch.
So we saw this ball hit into left field. That'll be down for a hit, and that'll head all the way to the wall. Digging it out of the corner is Dustin Harris, and heading to third and heading home is going to be Taylor Ward. And that'll give the Orioles their first run of the game. Pete Alonso with an RBI double. Orioles on the board. It's now a 10-1 game. Alonso drives in his 13th run. We'll bring up Samuel Basallo. We saw Jeremy Pena hanging out in the dugout on an earlier shot. That looked like an HEB commercial with Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve. So I assume they're not shooting a commercial. What is Jeremy doing in town here, Julia?
Yeah, JP joined the team. He's going to continue the rehab on the remainder of this road trip. He feels stronger every day, told us earlier today. He's been running along with all the baseball activities, but the sprints, those are progressing, and as he tries to come back from the hamstring strain, he did say being here is huge for him because he's been hitting, so he gets to hit with the hitting coaches and of course work with get his defensive work done with Tony Perez-Chica, all things that he feels that will help him be ready the second he's cleared.
I got to think that's big, Lumber, too. When you're hurt and you're away from the team, it kind of feels like a disconnect. When you're with the team, it kind of changes the focus a little bit.
And you add the layer of how much he means to this ball club at the top of the lineup. But yeah, when you're on the injured list, you don't feel like you're a part of anything. You're in purgatory, and it's not fun.
Samuel Basallo with an 0-2 count. He goes down on strikes. Lance picking up another strikeout, 2 this inning, 5 in the game. And there's 2 outs in the 4th.
Back-to-back at bats where Basallo's gone down with the curveball. Some good, sharp downward action.
Curveball's been good.
Has been good.
Tyler O'Neill, the batter, takes one off the plate for ball 1.
That should reinforce it.
That's 6 whiffs on the curve already. Is that what I have?
I can help you out in that category.
I think it's 7 swings, 6 whiffs.
StatCast has him at 5 for 7.
Okay.
That's, I mean, Savant, is that what you're looking at?
Mm-hmm.
It could be it.
3-0 is down and away. That's ball 4. Walk earlier this inning came around to score. We mentioned of the 7 walks in game 1, 5 came in to score. 3rd walk allowed by Lance, and that'll draw a visit from Josh Miller. We would like to see Lance go in deep as he can in this game, as deep as possible. The walks certainly don't help that situation. A little chat here as Lance is 20 pitches into the 4th inning. Now a word from Mack Hike Chevrolet.
Hit a home run with Mack Hike Chevy, Houston's #1 Chevy dealer at I-10 and Kirkwood or MackHikeChevy.com.
Josh has had his say, 1st and 2nd with 2 outs, and Leody Taveras the batter. Taveras struck out looking at a sweeper his first time up. First pitch up for a ball, 1-0. Cameron Foster continues to warm up in the Orioles bullpen. It looks like we might see Cam Foster pitch in the next half inning. That ball past Christian Walker down the line in right. It's going to score at least 1 run. Coming around 3rd is Tyler O'Neill. He'll be waved home. He'll score another run. So it's a 3-run inning for the Orioles. Leody Taveras all the way to 3rd with a triple. It's now a 10-3 game.
Leody got a cutter in and turned on it. Ripped that one just inside that first base side. Driving in a couple.
So 2 of the 3 walks in this game, and now 7 of the 10 walks the Astros have allowed in this doubleheader have come around to score. There's a strike to Weston Wilson, 0-1. Wilson grounded out to short his first time up. And he pops this one high in the air. Who wants it? The shortstop or the third baseman? Braden Shoemake tells Isak he has it, and he does for the final out of the inning. Orioles get 3 runs, though, on a couple of walks and a couple of hits. It's now 10-3. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by St. Arnold Lawnmower. Lawnmower is a beer for everyone. By Gallery Furniture. Buy your furniture today. Gallery Furniture delivers free tonight. And by Jack in the Box. Jack's new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal with a chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary.
Well, here he is. Cameron Foster gets into this ball game. Astros Youth Academy product gets on the mound out of McNeese State. Obviously, the Houston native is excited to pitch against his hometown team. He'll have a chance to face Bryce Matthews, who also went to the Astros Youth Academy. Third hitter in this inning, but overall 7 strikeouts in 5 2/3. He's got good velo on that fastball. He's averaging 96.5 miles an hour on the heater this season.
He's pitched in 4 games for the Orioles this season after spending a lot of time earlier in the year at Norfolk, 6 games and 13 games at AAA Norfolk last year. Was with the Mets organization before being moved to the Orioles last year. And if you didn't catch our Game 1 broadcast, you missed a great story from Julia Morales about the 2 Astros Youth Academy graduates who are now here in the big leagues, the only 2 AYA products. And with more on that, let's hear from Julia.
Yeah, this was a chance for them to reunite. They know each other well from way back. They were kiddos playing in the Astros Youth Academy. Cam, of course, a little bit older than Bryce. So Bryce said, I have great memories of just looking up to him, but also the pranks they used to play on the younger club, and that being his club. But really cool moment. Dwayne Stelly in town, the director of the Astros Youth Academy, for this photo op. They both spoke so highly of the organization, obviously, but just they talked about how that was the dream at that young age, that was what everyone was supporting, their dream and helping them to get there, and then they're living it today.
And they get to face off head-to-head next batter. First, Braden Shoemake sends one into center field, and Shoemake has himself his first hit of the game. Astros up to 11 hits now in this contest. Shoemake a 1-out base runner. So here we go. The only 2 ever from the Astros Youth Academy to make the major leagues are going to go head-to-head here. Cameron Foster on the mound, Bryce Matthews at the plate. This should be fun. There he is, the proud papa. Dwayne Stelly in charge of the Astros Youth Academy now. And Bryce grounds the first pitch to the hole and short. He's got speed. Can he beat it out? No. But that's going to be a bobble and allow Bryce to reach. The throw was made in time on the short hop. Alonso couldn't pick it at first. And Dwayne's like, I guess that's the best of both worlds. It might be an error, and my guy still reached base.
That is the best of both worlds. It's a win-win. Bryce hustling down there as Gunnar Henderson made a very good play on this. We talked to the first game about how good Alonso's been at first, but that in-between hop kind of got to him a little bit. Now you got runners at first and second.
That is going to be a hit for Bryce. So he does end up with a base hit. A couple of close plays that are both called hits for Bryce, so he continues to have a huge series. Bryce had 3 hits in game 1, 2 hits in game 2 of the series, and now 2 more hits here. That's a 7-hit series for a guy who came into the series with 6 on the year. So here's Yordan Alvarez. He has a single, a home run, a walk. He has scored 3 runs. He has driven in himself, and he has a chance to drive in more here, but he's down in the count 1-2, facing the hard-throwing Cameron Foster. Jordan's up to 25 runs scored and 27 runs batted in. And his OPS is back over 1,200 at 1,202. leading the major leagues in all the important categories. And he has this ball bounce well in front of the plate. Bounces off Basayo and heads towards the dugout of the Orioles. That was bouncing in the grass well before the grass third cutoff. See if Basayo's okay.
I think it just stunned him because he was a little surprised that ball jumped off the ground the way it did and hit him right square in the mask.
That was like a 54-foot breaking ball. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think Basayo was anticipating that ball actually bouncing that high. Man.
Kind of stunned Jordan too. Jumped out of the way.
Everybody. Well, it might have gotten grass, TK. You might be right.
I think it did. It's hard to do, especially when grass their cutoff is that far in front of the plate.
Normally you see bowlers try and knock down the wickets with pitches like that.
It's going to be a wild pitch, obviously, and that'll allow the runners to advance.
I'm going to wait for official ruling.
Are you going to wait before you put it down? It's now a 2-2 count on Jordan as they continue to check on Basayo. Greg Alvarez, former catcher himself, now manager of the Orioles, going back to the dugout as his young catcher says he's okay. Now Jordan with a base hit can drive in 2. Got Shoemake on third and Bryce Matthews on second. And Foster strikes out Jordan for the second out of the inning. Big strikeout for the young right-hander.
Well, he went right after him with 97, right down the middle, and beat him.
So now it'll be up to Isaac Paredes with 2 outs to try to drive in the runs. Foster was involved in a trade from the Mets to the Orioles last July 25th. That was the deal where the Orioles sent Gregory Soto to the New York Mets. Mets also sent another minor leaguer along in that deal. A 1 pitch gets by, and coming in to try to score is going to be Shoemake, and he'll slide in safely. A pitch that got through Basayo, and the Astros have added to their lead. It's now 11-3. As Shoemake read that well and came in to score.
Yeah, a couple of wild pitches leading to this run for the Astros. Both wild pitches on that breaking ball. See a lot with the catcher down on his knee, not able to get his body in front of it. Basayo going with the pick and did not.
Paredes driving in a run his last time up, and he flares one to left, and a nice play coming in with a sliding catch. Dylan Beaver saves another run as he makes that catch to end the 5th inning. We're halfway home. The Astros with an 11-3 lead.
Back here at Camden Yards, check out the Arsenal today for Lance McCullers. On the season on the left, on the day today on the right. Kind of spreading the wealth a little bit, but that knuckle curve getting some serious action and getting some strikeouts too.
Kerr's been good as he starts off Jeremiah Jackson with a foul ball at the plate. It's 0-1. Lance facing the 9-1-2 hitters here for the Orioles in the 5th inning. So far allowing 3 runs on just a couple of hits. A couple of walks in the mix. This ball sent in the air to left, playable for Dustin Harris. He'll drift a little bit to his right and put it away for the first out of the 5th inning.
The Rockets have forced Game 6 in the NBA playoffs, and SCHN has all the expert analysis and exclusive access. Rockets playoff postgame on SCHN is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
This was originally scheduled as a day game today, a 12:35 day game start to wrap up a 3-game series, but the rain out yesterday changed it to a traditional doubleheader with Game 2 starting behind Game 1. There are a lot of people here for Game 1. A decent amount have stayed around for Game 2, but a noticeable change in the upper deck.
Ooh.
As it was field trip day here for Game 1 of the doubleheader, and the kids have had to get back to their respective schools, and they are no longer up in the upper deck. It sounds a little different here in Game 2.
Yeah, a little bit more tame compared to what that first game was. It was a riot in that upper deck. Kids were having a great time.
It was a beautiful day for a doubleheader, as it turns out, after a rain-filled evening last night. Astros are hoping for less rain in Boston. Tomorrow looks okay. We'll see what the rest of the weekend looks like in Beantown. 1-2 the count to Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, these roofless stadiums, it's crazy. Man.
On the ground foul. Now, it looks like Boston has a chance of rain Saturday and Sunday.
Ah, you're killing me,
Well,
Smalls.
no, I'm not even going to say the percentage chances because it can change. But tomorrow looks good. We'll stay with tomorrow looks good. 1-2 count, and there goes the bat.
Wow, four.
Oh, what a catch!
That was outstanding.
The highlight of the day for the Orioles was that catch of the bat in the dugout. Barehanded caught the barrel of Gunnar Henderson's bat on a strikeout. Gunner's not real happy, but somebody in that dugout saved some of his buddies.
Well, he's upset because it's going to be a highlight reel all day long as that bat is launched. And watch this. Just reach up, grab that thing out of midair. We need a name on that guy. Yep, I got it.
Wow.
That was an incredible grab. Not easy to do.
Meanwhile, that's the 6th strikeout for Lance.
That's what I was wondering, too.
We were so impressed with the bat toss and the catch. Didn't notice that Lance is now up to a half-dozen strikeouts, his second highest total of the year, second only to his 9 strikeouts against the Red Sox in his first start of the year. That one's upstairs, 2-1. (11-3) Astros as we play here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ward fouls one back, 2-2. One's down, and Taylor Ward with a full count.
I think that might have been Joe Singley.
Really?
The field coordinator, catching coach.
Okay.
The only reason I know that because it looks like the mustache resembles the one on the internet.
That'll be ball 4. That'll be the second time McCullers has lost Taylor Ward to a walk, and the 4th walk of the game.
How about some Astros trivia powered by Reliant? Who was the last Astro with a 5-hit game? There's a guy with a ton of hits that I know that it will not be the answer to this.
I know, yeah, I'm with you. I know who it's not.
Unfortunately, not yet, maybe.
Dylan Beavers goes after the first pitch. It's 0-1. Beavers has flied out and struck out today. Lance, with those 6 strikeouts, has 5 swinging strikeouts and 1 called third strike. And he picks up a strike here. It's 0-2. Lance got him. That's number 7. A couple of strikeouts in the inning for McCullers. 1 walk, 1 left on. We are through 5, and the Astros lead this game 11-3. All in, all the time is presented by Daly and Black. If you go to the highest weighted runs created plus this year for players aged 30 or older, it is quite a list, with Aaron Judge and Mike Trout topping the list at 174. There he is, Christian Walker, coming in third at 162. Seawalk getting it done.
Can't believe you said they played at Jurassic Park.
Christian Walker adding to those numbers with an RBI base hit his last time up. It's his first hit of the doubleheader as he takes one off the backstop and makes a nice catch.
Seeing all kinds of fun stuff here today.
Yeah, Seawalk with quick reflexes, getting that ball back off the brick right behind home plate. It can bounce back in a hurry here if it hits that brick in between the T. Rowe Price and the Care First sign. Up and in. 2-0.
That's some velocity up and in.
Walker driving in run number 24 on the year his last time up. He was hitter number 2 of 4 consecutive batters with an RBI in that inning. As fouls that one off, it's 2-1. Cameron Foster, the Astros Youth Academy product, back out there for another inning of work. Brandon Young went 4 innings today and allowed 10 runs, 7 of them earned. That ball popped high in the air, first base side. Pete Alonso in foul territory will put it away. And Walker retired, went away in the 6th. By the way, hearing our stroll poll between Christian Walker and Spencer Arrighetti for the second best month for an Astro is in a dead heat right now. 50% Arrighetti, 50% Walker.
How about it?
We've never had a dead heat in a stroll poll before. Go to @SpaceCityHN, use the hashtag stroll poll, and vote for who you think is having the second best month behind the big man Yordan Alvarez. Dustin Harris having himself a nice series. He's driven in 3 today. Hit in the first, sac fly in the 4th. Harris started out his Astros career 0 for his first 15, but since then he has 4 hits in 7 at-bats. One pitch is a strike. It's 1-2. Mentioned the Cameron Foster Astros Youth Academy product. He also went to George Bush High School in Houston. He is the first that attended George Bush to pitch in the major leagues, the former Bronco. Well, congratulations on being the first out of that school. Now pitching against his hometown team in an 11-3 game. He gave up 1 in the 5th on a wild pitch. Now he takes the comebacker off the bat of Harris. Harris is going to hustle the whole way, but he's out number 2.
Let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up on June 5th through the 7th. Encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today.
Here's Yiner, 2 for 3 game with an RBI. Yiner had an RBI in the first game of the doubleheader as well. Slowly but surely moving that batting average up. He's up to 244 now. Wasn't that long ago where Yiner was sitting below the Mendoza line as he fouls this one off. 1-1. That one hit hard into left center field. Yiner with a 3-hit game. Yiner Diaz figuring some things out here. He has 6 hits in this series, and he's a 2-out base runner.
He's getting some good pitches to hit and squaring them up. Oh, hanging cutter. Julia talked about that little bit of a leg kick. It's paying off in this ball game.
When Julia did that report in game 1, it showed you how he's not chasing as much during this last week or so, and that seems to be paying off. And we've talked about that so frequently, about how Yainer can leave the zone quite often, but he can stay within himself and stay in the zone. He can find himself some base hits. Now it's 2-0 on Cam. Cam has one big swing today, a 414-foot home run for a 3-run shot. Now they call that no swing, and it's 3-0 on Cam. Cam against Cameron.
In Camden Yards.
Ooh, well played.
Yeah.
And that didn't miss by much, but that'll be a 4-pitch walk for Cam Smith. So the Astros with a couple of 2-out base runners here. Cameron Foster added to the roster. He was added. It's very similar to the Astros situation in that the Orioles added 2 players to their roster. One of them was here just for the doubleheader. In the Orioles case, it is Joe Espada's cousin, Jose Espada, who pitched in game 1. In the Astros case, Jason Alexander, who also pitched in game 1. But both teams also added another pitcher to the roster. Cameron Foster added due to an illness that put Trevor Rogers on the 15-day IL. And the Astros adding Cody Bolton to their active roster, with Ryan Weiss going on the paternity list. That'll be the end of the inning. Still 11-3 Astros.
Get Astros updates and offers on your phone. Receive exclusive Astros news, pre-sales, content, and more by signing up for Astros text messages. Text Astros to 26099 to join today. Learned something about Jim Palmer today, TK.
What'd you learn?
Get a chicken wing for the first time ever today.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
You read the big board too. Oh.
Apparently, last year on the air said if the Orioles hit a grand slam, I'll eat a chicken wing, and it didn't happen. And today, he had to follow up on that.
But it says first chicken wing. Is that real?
First chicken wing.
Like ever? That's incredible. I'm going to talk to Jim about that.
I mean, Jim's got to be. I mean, he's never had a chicken wing? How's that possible?
I never had a chicken wing?
That's not possible. Is that real?
Yes, it's real. It's on the Jumbotron. Of course it's real.
Everything's real on the Jumbo. He is 80 years old.
Wow.
And that's his first chicken wing. He's still going strong, by the way. Apparently he doesn't like chicken on the bone. That's extreme. Chicken wings are good, man.
So I'm seeing some quotes now online that, yeah, he's actually enjoyed it. He said, look at what I missed all these years.
What if he believes chickens have fingers?
He said, actually, these are pretty good. The grand slam in the first game allowed him to decide to go for a chicken wing for the first time in his life.
That's incredible.
Swing and a miss. Lance now with 7 strikeouts, getting Alonso for the first out of the 6th inning. Make that 8 strikeouts for Lance. 1 away here in the 6th.
Good curveball down and away. Curveball's been working for him. Great location on it too.
How many of the 8 are on curveballs, Blummer?
You're gonna have to give me a second.
I
I'm
know.
still writing this one into the book.
Here's Samuel Basayo.
I'm trying to understand how a person hasn't had a chicken wing in 80 years.
I wonder if we said one of us had never eaten one, if they bring us a couple.
Oh man, yeah.
Since we missed
I've never had a beer either.
ever.
Ever. And if there's a strike thrown in this game, I will drink one. Just saying.
That pitch was down, so we got to wait. Since the time you made that statement. We need another strike thrown. 1-1 the count.
I got 5 strikeouts on the curveball. Right here, sir.
There you go, Blummer.
Rhodey.
That looks good. There you go, Blummer. Strike.
Bartender.
A wing and a beer for Blummer. He's never had either.
Never.
Did we ever get Julia her scorecard? That's what I'm most concerned.
Oh, no.
We need Blummer, a wing and a beer, and a scorecard for Julia.
I'm living on a wing and a beer.
No scorecard.
What?
My scratch paper is messy.
Literal.
It's messy. How do you do this? I'm just making little boxes and keeping up with strikeouts.
I feel like we've let you down in a way.
Yeah, seriously, that's on us.
Called third strike. Lance is rolling. 9 strikeouts, matching his season high. He had 9 against the Red Sox in his first start.
Change up. Great movement on that pitch. Basayo just locked up as he watched that one fade right over that outside corner.
Lance's career high is 12 strikeouts as he picks up a strikeout here.
It's got them all
Strike
working.
here. Yeah.
I mean, it's fast. It's the 2-seam changeup, the curveball, and the sweeper. They have all been excellent for Lance. Mix in a couple of cutters too.
Tyler O'Neill with a couple of walks, including a run scored. Takes one in for a ball, 2-1. That one popped high in the air. It's going to be out of play behind the Astros dugout. So he lands right on the dugout. 2-2 the count to O'Neill. Lance looking for double-figure strikeouts for the first time since May 28th of last season.
Try to get the chase on that curveball. 96 pitches in that first start of the year, didn't he?
Yep.
That was the high.
That was his season high. So he is now at a new season high. Probably his last inning. You would think there is bullpen action going right now in this 11-3 game. He'd like to get through 6.
Get the punchy.
Then you'll have a beer.
Oh, yeah, another one.
It is Enyel De Los Santos warming up in the Astros pen here. He has been the Astros closer lately, but warming up here in this 8-run lead in the 6th inning. That ball hit on the line, but Dustin Harris is there to put it away. Lance, very solid 6 innings of work today. Strikes out 9 and probably leaves the game here after 6 with an 11-3 lead.
League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist. The Astros ranks in their first 31 games. This would be Jordan against any Astro. All-time 13th in batting average, first in on-base percentage, slug percentage, OPS, tied for second in home runs, and third in extra base hits with 20 extra base hits for Jordan Alvarez through the first 31 games of the season.
No one's ever done that.
Nobody.
On base, slugging, OPS, all the best ever.
He is the best.
In Astros history, 31 games.
He's a remarkable human and a very good hitter.
New pitcher for the Orioles. Taking over here in inning number 7, facing Braden Shoemake.
It's going to be Keegan Aiken, left-hander coming out of that Baltimore bullpen. He's only making his second appearance of the season. Maybe his 233rd in his Baltimore career, breaking into the league with Baltimore in 2020.
Cameron Foster, the Astros Youth Academy product, against his former team, went 2 innings of 3-hit, 1-run baseball today. Walked 2 and struck out 2. He allowed a run on a wild pitch. Shoemake takes a strike. It's 3-1. So it'll be Braden Shoemake, then back to the top of the order for Bryce Matthews and Jordan Alvarez. Astros with a big 11-3 lead. The Orioles have started to take out some of their starters as Pete Alonso is no longer in the game. Toby Mayo is in the game at first base. Shoemake down on strikes. Aiken has a strikeout to start his outing. One away in the seventh. Astros fans, great news. SCHN Plus, the new streaming app from Space City Home Network, is now on Google TV. Watching your favorite team has never been easier. Head to SCHNplus.com to subscribe and download on supported platforms, which now includes Google TV. Bryce Matthews taking a strike. Bryce with 2 hits today in game 2. Had 2 hits in game 1 and has 7 hits in this series and has 13 hits on the season. The numbers for Bryce home and away are kind of astounding. We've seen differences between home and away, and it's still early on the year, but this year Bryce is just killing it away from Dyken Park, but not hitting as well in his hometown. 0-2 the count, and Bryce looks at one low, 1-2. Bryce leading off here in game number 2 with a doubleheader. Hits this ball sharply. Good diving stop by Gunnar Henderson. His throw picked at first by Mayo. And Bryce robbed of a potential 3rd hit in this game on a nice play by the Orioles shortstop.
So some of the updated numbers from our open. 350 batting average. My goodness. The OPS at 1193. 27 RBIs and just 1 run behind. But another good number is that WRC Plus, where he's 9 ahead of Ben Rice, who's had a good start to the season, but Jordan looks a little bit better.
I'd like to get a ballot tomorrow, please.
Yep.
Because this guy deserves it. March, April Player of the Month. You're looking at him. What a season start he has had. Might be his final at bat of this doubleheader. He's had a couple of hits here in game 2. Make it 3 hits. Jordan continues to rake. Just serves one into right field for a 2-out knock. 3 hits and a walk here in game 2. He's on base for the 4th time.
Man can hit. And he can hit left-handed pitching.
It's true. That's to his lefty total.
It's unbelievable. He's disappointed he didn't have extra base hit.
Here's Isak. Isak takes a strike. Isak's had a nice doubleheader, 5 hits. Astros now up to 14 hits in the game. They had 12 hits in game 1, 26 hits in the doubleheader. Third baseman Weston Wilson makes the call on this foul pop-up, and that'll do it for the Astros in the 7th. Hit by Jordan, 1 man left. It's 11-3, 7th inning stretch time here in Baltimore. We're going to head back to Houston and check in with Esh and Press in our Rooms to Go lounge.
Powered by Reliant. Who was the last Astro with a 5-hit game? That Astro is powered by Reliant. Jesus Sanchez. How about that? Back on August 21st of last season, right here in Baltimore. He racked up a 5-hit game. The last Astro to do it. New pitcher into this game is going to be big right-hander Brian Abreu. Trying to work some of those numbers down this season. It's looked good the last couple of times out.
Abreu facing 7, 8, and 9. Leody Taveras, Weston Wilson, and Jeremiah Jackson. And the first pitch home is a 4-seam fastball in there for strike 1. Taveras tripling in, a couple of runs his last time up. That one missing up. It's 1-1. Oh, Abreu still trying to work his way back to where we have seen him be brilliant for the last 3 years. Had a scoreless inning in his last outing against the Yankees. That one missing down, 2-1. He has thought a lot about his mechanics this year and trying to get things synced up. We have not seen the fastball velocity quite where it normally is. So far in this inning, we've seen 90, 91, and 92. So he goes to a slider here, and it's 3-1. Astros working with a big lead. They want to see this guy continue to grow in confidence as Yainer Diaz goes out there to have a word with Bryant.
Now his numbers the last couple of years have been absolutely off the charts as far as strikeouts are concerned. Going into a free agent year, he's had 3 seasons of 100+ strikeouts for the Astros in that bullpen.
Now a word from Woodlands Church.
At Woodlands Church, there's a place for everyone. We don't have all the answers, but we're looking to the one who does.
The message from Yainer was, let's let it rip a little bit. Let's not think about things. Picks up a strikeout or strike there for the fastball. It's 3-2. It's been about a 50-50 mix this year. Fastball and slider for Bryant, similar to last year.
I think that's what made him so effective was the upper 90s fastball and the power slider that he would throw 50-50 on each pitch. So you kind of have to sit there on your toes a little bit against him. But this season it's just been the ability to get in the zone early.
Yeah, the weird thing about it, the slider fastball combo this year is he's actually averaging a little bit higher velocity on the slider than he did last year. But his fastball's down a couple of miles an hour. Last year he threw the slider 86.5. This year the slider's been at 87.1. That fastball 94, his best fastball of the game so far. Weston Wilson with an 0 for 2 game going, ground out at a pop-up. We have said it before and it bears repeating. Brian Abreu, who has averaged this ball up the middle for a base hit. Daniel Johnson Jr. will play it. First and third here for the Orioles with nobody out in the 7th inning. Wilson has his first hit and just the 3rd hit for the Orioles. Really nice outing for Lance McCullers Jr. Only allowed 2 hits over 6 innings. He walked 4, struck out 9. 2 of those 4 walks came around to score, so he allowed 3 runs while he was in there and threw 99 pitches, a season high, and the 2nd highest total in the last 2 years. Jackson is grounded out and flied out to left. Tapper fouls, 1-2. Got him. That's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. There it is. Strikeout number 1 for Abreu.
Beautiful pitch down and away from Abreu. Statcast 3D powered by Google Cloud's going to show you the 9 strikeouts for Lance McCullers. We told you 5 on a curveball, a couple on a sweeper, and the cutter and the changeup. Ties the season high for him.
This ball sent down the line in right. That'll be fair to the wall. Gunnar Henderson with an RBI double. In to score Taveras. To third goes Weston Wilson. And it's now 11-4 as the Orioles get an RBI from Gunnar here in the 7th inning. Henderson with double number 6 on the year. Now Taylor Ward, who drew 2 of the 4 walks issued by McCullers. He's also flied out to right. First one up and in, ball 1. Astros get their bullpen moving again. And again, it looks like it's Enyel De Los Santos beginning to warm up. As one game leads to another, you hope not to have to use too many pitchers here in an 11-4 game. 94 for a swinging strike. 2-1 on Ward.
I agree with you. It would be preferable not to have to use your closer in a game like this.
That's ball 4 as Ward draws a walk for the 3rd consecutive time. Second walk in the inning allowed by Abreu, and now the bases are loaded. And Josh Miller out to the mound. It's really hard to figure what is going on. We have seen this guy dominate Major League Baseball for 3 years. One of the best relief pitchers in all of baseball. And it's just not the same guy in 2026, and it's hard to explain.
It is hard to explain it. Sometimes it can be like that in the game of baseball. So much of this can be physical talent that can go out there and overwhelm this game. But then there's moments where the game can humble you a little bit, and you got to try and work through that. But the last 3 seasons, he has racked up 308 strikeouts. And he has answered the bell every time the phone has rang down there. He has grabbed that baseball and been a force in the Astros bullpen. A lot of their success has been on that right arm late in games for Brian Abreu. That's why it's kind of confounding trying to figure out how to get him right again.
70 games last year, 78 and 24, 72 and 23. I should have said he's been dominant for the last 4 years, because in 22 he had a 1.94 ERA.
That works too.
Yeah, that's not bad. So 4 dominant years as the Astros setup guy. And 2026 has been a completely different story as he faces Dylan Beavers here with the bases loaded and 1 out.
The only thing that changed really this season for Brian was that when we broke camp, Josh Hader was on the injured list, so the expectation was you'd slide Brian Abreu right into that closing role and not miss a beat late in the game.
Challenge here from Yainer Diaz.
Catcher's challenge and call ball.
A 1-1 pitch will either be a 2-1 count or a 1-2 count.
Oof.
Right there.
Pitch is a strike.
I think Abreu wanted to challenge it too. He was tapping his hat at the same time Yainer was tapping his helmet.
Daniel Johnson standing 280 feet away and wanted to challenge it.
So now a 1-2 count. Abreu could use a strikeout here or a double play ground ball. He got him. Beavers down on strikes, 3rd consecutive time he has struck out. Both the outs this inning for Abreu with the strikeout.
That'll give Beavers the hat trick. He can thank me for that later. Ah, that's that slider breaking down, getting the swing and miss.
Those 22 numbers we were talking about earlier don't even include his dominant postseason.
He didn't give up an earned run in that postseason.
No. He impressed.
Close to 20 innings, 18, 19 innings.
He impressed. We're unhittable that
22 and 2/3 innings pitched. Yeah, he impressed with just wipe out.
Oh, and 2 the count. So he's trying to work around bases loaded here. 1 run is scored. But if he can limit the damage to 1, he'll feel better about things getting on the plane to Boston. Here's Kobe Mayo batting for the first time. He's hitting in Pete Alonso's spot. Came on defensively for Pete last half inning. Ahead of the count here, 0-2 on Mayo. Mayo played at third base the first 2 games of the series. He goes down on strikes. Good recovery from Abreu. Everybody in the dugout cheering along as Abreu works around the bases loaded there to keep the game 11-4. Time to reveal the winner of today's Chevy Stroh Poll. It was a dead heat for a while, but Christian Walker gets some of the late vote, and he wins 51% over Spencer Arrighetti in terms of who is the Astros' second best player of the month behind Yordan Alvarez. Hard to argue with either one of those, but Christian Walker playing every day and contributing gets the win today in Game 2 Stroh Poll.
The late surge. He's got an opportunity to face another new pitcher out of this Baltimore bullpen. Tyler Wells coming into this game. He's a beast. 6'8", 270-pounder out of Cal State San Bernardino.
And he delivers a cutter for a strike on the first pitch to Walker. Well, pitcher number 4 in Game 2 for the Orioles. They used 4 pitchers in Game 1. Be Walker, Dustin Harris, and Yainer Diaz. Another strike, and Christian down to the count 0-2. Walker's numbers on the year: 24 runs batted in. It's good for top 5 in the American League, and he's got a 0-2 base hit here. It's a 2-for-5 game in game number 2 for Seawalk. He's a leadoff base runner in the 8th inning.
It was the only straight pitch he saw. He saw a cutter slider and got the 4-seamer and whacked it into left.
Now Dustin Harris, a 3 RBI game. Moving up to the 5 spot in the lineup. A 2-out, 2 RBI hit in the first kind of propelled the offense. Harris has been hitting primarily 7, 8, or 9 in the lineup. But moving up to 5 for the second game and came through with that big knock. Sometimes you give a couple of your stars the day off, or at least the game off. Not the whole day off, because Altuve and Correa played in game 1. Other guys get a shot. Big things can happen. 5-run first inning, 4-run fourth. 3 RBIs for Harris. 3-run home run for Cam Smith. And a 3-hit game for Yainer Diaz.
Yeah, you have to have these games where you give your regulars some time off and you rely on your bench for a game, and this is exactly what you hope for, is them to go out there and get theirs, get their numbers, and put up a big numbers so you can have a relaxing win. But that's what it looks like it seems to be today.
Harris pops up for out number 1 here in the 8th. Hey, don't miss the Astros' next home series. It's against Kyle Tucker and the LA Dodgers. It'll be May 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at astros.com/SGT. Dodgers coming into town next week after the Astros play that 3-game series against the Red Sox. Here is Yainer Diaz with a 3-hit game going. He's got 3 hits in game 2. Had an RBI base hit in his final at bat of game 1. So he has 4 hits in his last 5 at bats. That one fouled away. Red Sox were the team in town before the Astros got here, and they had some big changes while they were in town. The manager for the Red Sox is Alex Cora was dismissed. Chad Tracy taking over, and they have so far, after that 17-1 win on the day that Cora was let go, 1-2 and lost 2 since then. They played the Blue Jays in Toronto yesterday. Then they headed back home, so they've had the off day today in Boston while the Astros are playing too. Yainer staying alive with a 1-2 count.
Christian Walker needs to come around and score. Because I've got a good friend named Phil Boudreau who's watching this game and informed me that Walker's the only one not to have scored in this game. Everybody else has crossed the plate except Christian.
He's not going to score on this ball.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Jeremiah Jackson puts it away for out number 2.
Maybe another big swing from Cam.
That'll help. Cam with a 3-run home run his first time, a walk his last time.
I still haven't gotten my beers or wings or anything, man. This place bumming me out.
Julie doesn't have her scorecard.
Yeah, we're lacking. Not in the run department or hit department.
Nope.
27 hits today for the Astros.
That's a true story.
Wow. And counting, hopefully.
27, that's a good baseball number.
That is a really good baseball number.
The original crowd here in this doubleheader, which started 12:35 local time, so more than 5 hours ago, 5.5 hours ago now, was 26,586. There's still a few hundred to a few thousand still sticking around watching extra baseball for the price of one admission. Foul balls are definitely easier to catch. Oh, nice play by a guy on a one-hand snag. He didn't have to chase that one down. He moved about 6 seats laterally and made a one-hand catch on the rebound.
Showing range.
And he kept that beer that was promised to you upright. That's always a...
Hey, bring it up.
1-2 the count to Cam. That one's going to be in play. First baseman Kobe Mayo back and stays with it for the final out. So pop-ups after the hit by Walker to end the inning for Wells. We head to the bottom half of the 8th.
Our next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Got AA on there, Altuve and Alvarez. Altuve with 8 career home runs at Fenway. That includes the postseason. And how about Yordan Alvarez? We talked about him early in the year in Boston. That's a .482 career batting average. It's not a slug number. At Fenway, he has been tearing the cover off the baseball. We can't wait to see more of that. Coverage begins on SCHN at 5 p.m. It's like Mike Burrow's under that hood, waiting for his opportunity to pitch against the Red Sox in Fenway Park, as we see Daniel De Los Santos coming into this game. He's been serving as the Astros closer, but here he'll be in here just to get some work and make his 11th appearance.
Samuel Basayo leading things off and takes the first pitch just below the zone. Basayo 0 for 3 has had a strikeout in every at bat. Lance McCullers' second strikeout, 5th strikeout, and his 9th and final strikeout in his 6 innings of work were against Basayo. Now De Los Santos with a 1-1 count. It should be Burrow's turn tomorrow for the Astros, as he has been working behind Lance McCullers Jr. Then we anticipate seeing Spencer Arrighetti on Saturday. Astros are unsure who will pitch the Sunday game. We do know that Garrett Crochet won't be starting against the Astros. It was his turn in the rotation, but Crochet going on the injured list. He's dealing with some fatigues. Put him on the IL. So Crochet on the injured list. The Red Sox haven't named their starter tomorrow. 2-2 to Basayo.
Carlos didn't even take off his eye black from game 1.
No?
Yeah, he's dialed in. Look at him on the right there, still has the eye black on. But we lost the nose strip. Usually has that nose strip on his nose, helps him breathe, but he didn't have it on. He's feeling pretty good.
So he's kind of ready.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of sort. He's not expecting to do.
Not full Correa right now.
Not full.
That's good. Enjoy the day. He's been playing a lot of shortstop.
Oh, man. There's another strikeout for Basayo. His frustrating day. 4 strikeouts. Kind of been raking before today.
It really was coming into this series.
Danielle getting a strikeout to start this inning.
First 2 on the curveball from Lance, and then he struck out on his last at bat on the changeup to Lance, and that was a changeup from De Los Santos.
The official IL report on Crochet is inflammation in his left shoulder. So they're hoping it's close to a minimum stay for the lefty. The Astros don't mind missing him tomorrow.
They got him earlier, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
O'Neill missing, or Enyel missing to O'Neill. It's 1-1. That one bounces. 2-1. Astros lead 11-4. They have out-hit the Orioles in all 3 games in this series. And in this game, they have 15 hits to the Orioles 4. Trying to salvage 1 game out of the 3. Two and 2 the count. O'Neill's walked twice and flied out to left. That's hit sharply over the head of Isaac Paredes. Orioles now have 5 hits on the day. Tyler O'Neill on base for the 3rd time. Leody Taveras will bat. Taveras tripling in 2 of the 4 runs scored by the Orioles. He's also drawn a walk and scored a run. That's popped up. Drifting back is Paredes. And he's still drifting, this time towards the middle of the diamond. It makes the play for out number 2. 2 outs, runner on first, and Weston Wilson the batter. Two 2-0 the count to Wilson. Wilson has 1 of the 5 hits, 1 for 3. Both the Astros and Orioles playing a doubleheader today. The Phillies were also rained out last night, so they have a doubleheader. There's a strike. It's 2-1.
Looks like De Los Santos is just trying to get a feel for that slider. He hasn't been able to land it where he wants it. Still got a great fastball changeup. He's missed with that slider for all 3 balls in this count against Weston.
Miss with a fastball, that'll be a walk. Putting 2 Orioles on here with 2 outs. As walk number 7 for Astros pitching. You don't want to see Enyal throw too many pitches here in this 11-4 game. He's up to 20. Again, the Astros don't have an off day leading into the Red Sox series or the Dodgers series. They'll play 6 in a row after today. Joe Espada probably told that to Josh Miller. We don't want him throwing too many pitches. Let's see who else is available.
Yeah, protect that arm.
Yes. By Jackson, the batter. Enyal getting ahead 0-2. O'Neill on second, Wilson on first. De Los Santos trying to finish off the 8th inning as he misses up and in 1-2. Got him.
There we go.
De Los Santos with a strikeout to start and end the inning. Orioles strand 2. We head to the 9th. It's 11-4 Houston.
The power play is presented by AGB. This was a power play this game. Individual game, best one would belong to Jose Altuve. This happened early. He got off to a great start. 16th season in the league here, but a 2-home run game, 4-hit night. Just adding that to his 4-hit game tally. Some really great patience shown too for him early on, getting some good pitches to hit. He was not missing in that first homestand. Okay.
All right, Julian, we go to the 9th inning. The Astros will face pitcher number 5 for the Orioles in this game.
Yenier Cano is into this game. Making his 15th appearance. Got a turbo sinker at 94 miles an hour. In those 14 outings, only has 9 2/3 innings pitched and given up 2 earned runs. 9 strikeouts to 1 walk.
Former Oriole Daniel Johnson Jr. facing his teammate here. Grounds one to the right side. Nice play by Mayo as he steps on the bag ahead of Johnson. Cano has an out on a sharp ground out for out number 1 in the 9th.
Now this guy's going to go out and get you a lot of ground balls when he's right.
Braden Shoemake singled and scored a run back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 4, making his 2nd start for the Astros. Made 1 start for the Braves in 23, 21 starts for the White Sox in 24. Last year spent the year at AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre for the Yankees, and now acquired from the Yankees this season. So far in an Astros uniform, he is 2 for 9, including a home run on the 2nd pitch he saw in an Astros uniform. There's that splitter down, and all you can do is chop that into the ground. It's 0-2. 11 runs, 15 hits for the Astros, 4 runs, 5 hits for the Orioles. Orioles won game 1 of the doubleheader. Astros looking for a split and also one game in this 3-game series before heading to Boston. Oh, picks up his first strikeout, getting Shoemake for the second out, 2 away. Mentioned the 2 new pitchers in the Astros bullpen. One was the 27th man, Jason Alexander. We saw him in game 1. That's the other one, Cody Bolton. Haven't seen Bolton since he was taken out of his start on that first road trip of the season. Got hit in the back with a line drive and caused him some discomfort in his next start. He pitched through that first start even after being hit by that line drive in Colorado. Bryce batting for a 6th time today in the leadoff spot. Got to hit against fellow Astros Youth Academy pitcher Cameron Foster back in the 5th inning and had an infield hit. He's 2 for 5 today and having a huge series with 7 hits. That'll be a called third to end the inning. Cano with a ground out and a couple of strikeouts. We're going to head to the bottom of the 9th. 11-4 Astros. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by the Crash Team Injury Lawyers. Driven by results. By Whataburger, your favorite burger made hot and fresh just the way you like it. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Back here inside Camden Yards, you're going to see Cody Bolton back off the injured list. Had that bruised right lat from a line drive that hit him. He's got a couple of starts under his belt. Yet over the season, only 8 1/3 innings pitched. His only other relief appearance was that first appearance of the season against Boston.
So he takes over here in the 9th with a big lead for the Astros. He'll face the top of the order. Blaze Alexander getting in a bat here. Gunnar Henderson out of the game. Henderson had an RBI double in his final at bat before leaving. This one grounded towards third. Paredes to his left makes the play and flips it over in time for the first out of the inning. Astros before today had been the team with the longest doubleheader drought of anybody in baseball. They had last played a doubleheader July 21st of 2022. That was necessitated with a reduced time after the labor situation started out the season due to the work stoppage. So the last time they've had a doubleheader due to rain was back in Detroit in June of 2021. And now the team that has gone the longest without playing a doubleheader, another team with a roof, the Tampa Bay Rays. There's a strike to Colton Cowser. It's 1-1. The Astros last won a doubleheader with a sweep of the New York Yankees back in 22 when they last played. And the last time they played doubleheader here, they also swept the Orioles, going for a split today. Bolton versus Colton Cowser here. Cowser getting his first at bat as the DH. Taylor Ward walked his last 3 times in that DH role. Cowser played game 1 and went 0 for 4. Local guy went to Sam Houston State with a 3-1 count, and that'll be a walk. Astros now have allowed 8 walks in this game. Only 5 hits, but 8 walks.
It's a bit of a homecoming for Cody, pitching here in Camden Yards. Grew up about 130 miles away from here, or was born at least in Richmond, Virginia, and his family moved west shortly after that.
there a connection with some of his family members?
Yeah, Liberty University. Father went there, and I believe a couple of his siblings did too.
Dylan Beavers, the batter. He'll hit one into left center field, down for a hit. Playing it is Daniel Johnson. Going first to third is Cowser. And the Orioles not giving up here in the 9th inning. Single by Beavers, his first hit of this game. Putting up runners on first and third. Mayo gets his second at bat. Struck out his first time up against Brian Abreu. Abreu struck out 3 while he was in there. Eniel Del Santo struck out 2 while he was in there. Lance McCullers struck out 9 in his 6 innings of work. So the Astros have 14 strikeouts heading into this inning. There's a strike, 1-1. Into left. Harris will make the catch. Tagging at third is Cowser. He's going to score. And the Orioles put up a 5th run in this game. It's now 11-5. Sac fly for Mayo, and now the Orioles down to their final out. A tough day for Basayo, who was coming in, as we mentioned, probably the hottest hitter in their lineup. He had a 2-for-4 game on Tuesday. It had been 11 for his last 20 before an 0-for-4 with 4 strikeouts in this one. Bolton worked an inning, actually 2 innings Sunday for the Sugarland Space Cowboys. That's going to be a challenge from Basayo on a 2-0 pitch that he felt was off the plate.
Pitch for the batter. Challenge.
Basayo lost one earlier as a catcher. He's going to win this one.
The ball. 3-0.
Another challenge.
Batter's challenging pitch.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good pitch. Oh.
Pitch is a strike. Baltimore's out of challenges.
Baltimore's done. Basayo can't challenge a 3rd consecutive pitch. They're out of challenges. Now it's 3-2. So Basayo goes back-to-back challenges against Sherwater, then fouls one off his foot.
Yeah, take that, Stu.
Oh for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
I don't like it.
Puts this one in play. And who wants it? Daniel Johnson got a late start. He ends up making a sliding catch to end this game. Daniel Johnson Jr. got a late break on that one, but he was able to pick it from right off the grass for the final out of this one. The Astros win 11-5. And Blummer, after a disappointing couple of games here in Baltimore, that's a nice way to head to Boston.
No, it's always nice to pick one up, and you tell you what, some guys that are not regulars got a chance to hit today, and they put the lumber to the Baltimore Orioles pitchers. 11 runs, 15 hits. But Lance McCullers also went out there and took advantage of that high run total and racked up some strikeouts.
Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger. Kevin Eschenfelder, Ryan Presley, Julia Morales helping out from Baltimore comes your way next.